You're not going to believe what just happened to Paul Heyman when Roman Reigns walked back into WWE Raw. What I'm about to show you will completely change how you see loyalty, betrayal, and revenge in professional wrestling. Stay with me because this gets absolutely insane. Let me take you back to what was supposed to be just another Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman stood confidently at ringside, flanked by Seth Rollins and his new faction, Bronson Reed and the Creed brothers, all basking in what they thought was their new era of dominance. At the time, everyone believed Roman Reigns was finished. Gone. Buried under medical leave, family betrayal, and months of deafening silence. The kind of silence that doesn't just end storylines, it destroys legacies. But here's what they're not telling you. Paul Heyman had been working behind the scenes for weeks, whispering to talent that Roman's story was over, that the tribal chief would never return, and that the Bloodline was nothing but a dead name in wrestling history. Sources close to the situation revealed that Heyman had been making calls, brokering alliances, spreading rumors that Roman couldn't return, that he was finished forever. This could have destroyed not just Roman's career but his entire legacy. Here's what we know for certain. It was supposed to be a routine promo segment. Seth Rollins, dripping with arrogance, stood beneath that Crimson Raw banner with his faction, laughing about how Solo Sikoa had become just another echo of the past, mocking how Roman Reigns was never coming back. But here's what they're not telling you. Multiple sources confirm that Roman had been watching everything. Every betrayal, every alliance, every whispered conversation where Paul Heyman assured people that the tribal chief was history. And then, it happened. The lights cut. The crowd hushed to an eerie silence. Then came the sound that hadn't been heard in nearly 100 days, a single, chilling line that sent shockwaves through the entire WWE universe. Acknowledge me. But wait, it gets worse. Every eye in that arena shifted, not to the entrance ramp, but to Paul Heyman's face. The man who once knelt at Roman's feet like he was worshiping a god. The man who held the microphone for the tribal chief like it was a sacred relic. The man who swore eternal loyalty, then turned his back when Roman needed him most. Industry insiders revealed that Heyman didn't blink. He couldn't blink. Because walking down that ramp, flanked by shadows and deadly silence, was the one man nobody expected to see again. Before I continue with this explosive revelation, I need to know, are you Team Roman or Team Heyman? Because after what I'm about to reveal next, your opinion might completely change. Let me know in the comments. Here's where it gets really crazy. This wasn't the Roman Reigns they remembered. This wasn't the Golden Champion draped in titles, backed by the Usos, basking in dominance. No! This Roman was different. Leaner, sharper, face pale with determination, jaw clenched with barely contained rage. His eyes didn't scan the crowd for cheers. They locked straight onto Heyman like a predator who had spent too long in the darkness and returned not to survive, but to punish. According to leaked backstage footage, security rushed to the ring. Seth motioned frantically for calm. Bronson Reed stepped forward, flexing, ready to engage. But Roman didn't break stride. He entered that ring slowly, each step echoing like thunder beneath the lights. And still, Heyman didn't move. He was frozen somewhere between guilt and absolute terror. Somewhere between remembering who he once served and realizing that the devil he betrayed had come home for vengeance. And that's when everything changed forever. Roman took the microphone. He didn't yell. He didn't grandstand. He simply said 4 words that will haunt Paul Heyman for the rest of his career. You picked the wrong side. The silence that followed was deafening. Heyman's lips moved, but no sound came out. His hands trembled visibly. Behind-the-scenes sources confirmed that this moment wasn't scripted. This was raw, human emotion caught on camera. But here's the part that nobody's talking about. Roman didn't come back for titles. He didn't return for championship gold or crowd approval. He came back for one thing only, to make Paul Heyman pay for the ultimate betrayal. Multiple witnesses backstage confirmed that in the days following Roman's disappearance, Heyman had insisted publicly that he was concerned for Roman's health, telling press he loved Roman like a son. But off the record, he was making calls, spreading rumors that Roman was finished, that the dynasty had fallen forever. The fallout was immediate and devastating. The crowd erupted into deafening chants, but inside that ring, between those ropes, only one thing mattered: Roman Reigns was back, and he didn't come for cheers. He came for vengeance. So let me break this down for you, because this changes everything. Behind the scenes, the entire Raw locker room had already begun to shift. Seth's faction was gaining power with Heyman pulling strings like a puppet master, whispering promises into the ears of rising stars. Bronson Reed had become his enforcer, the Creed brothers his attack dogs, Seth his golden boy. But none of them had answers for Roman Reigns. Especially not Paul Heyman. Here's what sources are revealing. Roman had been recovering privately in California, battling complications from an undisclosed illness, possibly tied to past leukemia treatments. His return wasn't just a storyline comeback, it was a defiance of fate itself. And Paul Heyman? He had no idea, because the one man who used to know Roman Reigns better than anyone else had stopped listening, stopped caring, stopped being loyal. In private meetings, Paul had told talent that Roman's story was finished. He assured Seth that this new Shield-like faction was the future, that the Bloodline was a dead name, that Roman's silence was basically a coffin. But Roman wasn't silent. He was watching, listening, waiting. And now the reckoning has begun. This return didn't just rewrite Monday Night Raw, it shattered the entire narrative Heyman had built over months of manipulation and betrayal. This could mean the complete destruction of everything Paul Heyman has built. If Roman is truly back for revenge, it would explain why he's been systematically targeting Seth faction members. And honestly, I think we're just seeing the beginning of the most personal war in WWE history. What do you think really happened here? Was Paul Heyman's betrayal justified, or is Roman Reigns right to seek vengeance? Am I crazy, or does this whole situation prove that loyalty in WWE is dead? Drop your theories in the comments below, because I want to hear everything you're thinking. And don't forget to subscribe, because tomorrow I'm exposing the real reason why Roman Reigns disappeared for 100 days. And trust me, when you hear what WWE was hiding from us, you're going to be shocked. The truth about his medical condition, the backstage politics, and why Paul Heyman knew more than he's admitting. If you want more explosive WWE drama, check out this video where I revealed the secret meeting between Triple H and Roman Reigns that changed everything.